charismatic man who was loved by anyone who was lucky to get to know him. It was simply great company. He was only 53 years of age. His ringtone on his mobile phone was the theme music of this programme, The Sunday Game. On behalf of this gathering, it being swallowed up by 3 Waterford defenders.
And to give Patrick Horgan an early opportunity now in front of the goal to get himself into the game.
Patrick Horgan takes the free, and the umpire goes for the white flag, the first score of the match.
That Cork, if they're going to get success today, they'll have to work it out there as quick as they can.
Austin Gleeson goes for the short ball. Farrell's Jamie Barr. Gleeson is still available, right along the sideline. Well blocked on this occasion by the Cork captain, Stephen McDonald. Comes for his Torg Mahoney, and Mahoney swings it in, straight between the posts, at the Davin end, sides level.
Yeah, super score from Paddy Mahoney again, you know, just off of the right. Great finish, and that's what Waterford need now, just early on to settle into this.
Anthony Nash's first puck out goes to Conor Lahan. Straight and accurate as always. It's actually Mark Ellis that has it. It's cutting it in. It's a good ball. Down to Seamus Harnedy. Here comes Patrick Horgan latching onto it. Getting inside the Waterford cover. Uses the short grip and over the bar. Good score.
Yeah, fantastic score again. The bits and pieces around Harnedy. Once it breaks down, you can see Horgan onto the flash. Broke nicely for him, but he was ready.
Shane Fives delivers it long down towards Jake Dillon. Nice pick-up, nice skill. Taking 2 Cork men to try and stop him gaining any bit of momentum. Comes over for Shane Bennett. Staying solid is Colin Spillane. Still Bennett. Cutting across into the middle. Here's Brick Walsh. And it is in the back of the net. The Waterford attack have split open the Cork defence. Michael Brick Walsh, 34 years of age, scores a goal against Kilkenny, scores a goal against Cork.
And that's exactly how to beat the sweeper, Mark. You see Brick kept it low under the goalkeeper's legs, but you play the ball down the channel, get a guy running off the blind side, take sweeper out of the game. Super finish, great start now for Waterford.
Anthony Nash will be disappointed that he didn't prevent him from going across the line, and Waterford will be boosted by that. Kieran Bennett gets a belt of the slither, drives it as anticipated, playing a deep role inside his own half of the field. Waterford go long again. Great, fabulous catch as Christopher Joyce lays it off, spreads the ball wide. Patrick Horgan laying it back far as Shane Kingston, and Kingston's effort is going straight between the posts and over the bar. He got the first touch, that gave the 19-year-old a bit of confidence, and now he's flying.
Again, it's that sniping down the flanks, and in fairness to Shane Kingston, you know, he'll feel he low a little bit to these Cork players, the way he's played so far, but he's on fire here in Croke Park now in the first 5 minutes.
Puck out by Stephen O'Keefe. Drops down just outside the Cork 45-metre line. Picked up again by Christopher Joyce. Then the Piercing man, under a bit of pressure, drops it into the Waterford half of the field. Sending it back is Dara Fives. 50-50 ball. Getting a little touch was McDonald, picking himself off the ground. Here comes Mark Coleman into the centre towards Christopher Joyce. Cork can't pass their way out of trouble. Here comes Colin Spillane from Castle Lines, dropping it in towards Harnedy and Alan Cadigan. Seamus Harnedy is the number 10, but it's Noel Connors number 4 as Waterford relieve the pressure. Good call. Kevin Moore, the captain, is in the middle of the field. Does a little jig around the first opponent. That's Bill Cooper. Heads towards goal. Ball in hand. Uses the short grip and hits the slipper between the posts. Good play by the Waterford captain.
Yeah, again, smart use of possession by Waterford. They know that the sweeper's back there. They're used to the system. They play through that middle third of the pitch. And Kevin Moore now blasts the ball over the bar.
Derek McGrath, his 4th season as manager. Can he guide the Dacia season as manager? Can he guide the Dacia to that All-Ireland final? Puck out comes down towards Patrick Horgan. That's the second touch. This time it's with the left-hand side and he hits it between the posts. Horgan is already causing problems for Waterford.
That's a class score, Marty. We didn't see it there in the shot. As the ball broke down, he moved the ball in the air onto his own pad. And a fantastic score, hurley held shot. Great score from Patrick Horgan.
He scored with his right hand side, he's now scored with his left hand side. Top class. Short puck out between Noel Connors and Stephen O'Keefe, and Stephen O'Keefe drops it down into the 20-metre area, and Cork should be able to deal with it. Colin Spillane hit a fair shoulder, taps it back, picked up by Mark Ellis, who helps out his full back line. Over for Damien Callahan, brings Anthony Nash into the action, looks around to see who's available and decides to go long. Whips it down into the Waterford half of the field. Again is Patrick Horgan knocking it down. In comes with a hefty shoulders Shane Kingston, but more importantly the slither is with Waterford. Diagonal ball over towards Michael Brick Walsh. Back wing here. Still good work by Brick Walsh. Coming through on the overlap is Kevin Moore. Gets by the first challenge, the second challenge, takes a shot, and that is gone. The umpire is going for the flag and putting it over the bar. Stayed on this occasion by Anthony Nash, but a great score by Kevin Moore.
Yeah, again, Kevin Moore rampaging. Every time he gets the ball, he's going very direct there. Just as he strikes the ball, Cork defender coming in trying to get the block and just caught him across the hands there. Waterford will be hoping that Kevin will be all right.
Kevin Moore is still on the ground as the ball is sent down to the other end, but the ball is wide, which hopefully will give the referee, James Owens from Wexford, drops it into the Waterford area. Oh, that's a fabulous catch. Desha defensively playing well, particularly the Fives brothers, Shane and Dara. This is Shane dropping it down towards Jake Dillon. Gathers it, leaves it back swiftly. Good work here by Philip Mahoney. Waterford retain possession, and then from the middle of the pitch drops it in, but it's going to the right and wide off the stick on this occasion. Fitzgibbon from Charleville leaves it for Stephen MacDonald, Glen Rovers man, a club that's going for 3 Cork County Championships in a row later on in the season. Right now the focus is on getting the Rebels to the All-Ireland final on the 3rd of September. Christopher Joyce down for his Alan Cadigan. Front of the Cusick stand, he's having a go, it's curling in, and it's going over the bar. What a point by the Douglas man, Alan Cadigan.
Yeah, the forwards are going to rely on some score from Cadigan off his left, but the forwards are going to rely on good supply there, and Christopher Joyce took his time. Hardy and Cadigan made the run out to the side, he picked out the runner, and again, once these guys, Marty, get a chance to plant their feet, that's going to happen today.
Luke Meade latching onto this. Under pressure. Good work by Austin Gleeson. Derek McGrath and Jack Shannon coming through and encouraging Austin Gleeson and others. Say, come on, lads.
Yeah, Marty, because the small little things like that change momentum in your way. We saw it last weekend, you know, the way McInerney came out and hit Paddy Maher, sets a bit of a tone, and Derek and Dan can see, you know, that if their Waterford players can do this, they'll unsettle Cork.
Ball is cut in by Jamie Barron. Ball is wide. Derek McGrath, usually calm and collected. Already scored 3 points, Patrick Horgan. Coming to this All-Ireland semi-final, he had scored 27 times. Referee is having a word with some players down at the Hill 16 goalmouth area. Patrick Horgan, meanwhile, concentrates on what he's got to do. Hits this in, but hits it to the right and wide. Tries to spread it a little bit wide as possible. But again, the Waterford defence doing well. Nice scale by Conor Lahan, despite being on his knees. He's fouled in the process, but lovely wrist work by the Middleton man.
Yeah, the touch there, you can see when they came in.
Kieran Kingston, native of Tracton. Corner forward for Cork for about 5 years, 1985 to 90, until an injury ended his career, as Patrick Horgan takes the free and puts it over the bar. This was the incident earlier. There was a pull off of the helmet there by Austin Gleeson, and I thought initially that fell off accidentally, but when you see the replay, it didn't. And Austin Gleeson should have been booked at least by the referee for that. As once again, Waterford go forward. Kevin Moore from the middle of the field. It looks like it's on target. It is on target. 3 points for the De La Salle man and Waterford captain. And he is asking serious questions of the Cork midfielders.
Again, it's great use of the ball coming out of defence by Waterford without the man in the middle, but you're right about Austin there. In the current environment, you don't put a hand on anyone's helmet.
Philip Manning. Nash working well with Mark Ellis. As Cork, in 3 simple shots, score of beauty. Horgan again, this time with his 5th point of the game.
It has him. Patrick Horgan, you see him, he's in full flow, but again, the supply of ball in from Joyce is just perfect to him, and if these guys get any breathing space, to have the skills to do this, Horgan is flying.
Sides level for the 3rd time. Nice pick-up by Padraig Mahoney and Brick Walsh. Brick Walsh is coming through. Laying it off, there's Jamie Barron. There's a charge, says the referee, and that's going to be a free for Cork. Jamie Barron is questioning the decision as Jamie went through on Mark Ellis.
Yeah, the hurley was high into Mark Ellis. In fairness to him now, he was trying to protect himself as much as anything. As in the current environment where the rules are, if you get a shoulder out there that maybe in the football would be classed as a free, but in hurling we just play on, and just struck it. But it was the work that Patrick Horgan did to dispossess the Waterford player. You can see he's been pulled back. Again, in discipline there from Conor Gleeson. There's no need when you have as many defenders back as Waterford have, and I think something that Derek McGrath will be saying to his team in half-time. There's no need to foul, to have a bit of patience.
Patrick Horgan, Glen Rovers man, scores his 6th point in this All-Ireland semi-final. And Cork put their noses in front by 1. Short puck out again. There is Noel Connors. Kevin Moore, lovely wrist. Nice flick back. Farrell's Dara Fives. Great work by the Waterford captain. 1 against 1 here, and it's Brick Walsh winning the ball, laying it off for his Padraig Mahoney. What's he going to do? Hits a shot. Oh, what a save! Brilliant save by Anthony Nash. And the referee's whistle had blown, giving a free.
Foul on Brick Walsh there, but look at it, the pass inside to Mahoney. He played it past the defender. Anthony Nash didn't see that. It was about 6 or 7 yards away from you. You can see it. Ellis has it blocked off. What a save. The only pity for Anthony Nash, I suppose, is it was called back, but if it hit the net, it would be played on. That's an unbelievable save, Mark.
Extraordinary agility by the Kenturk man. One of Fitzgibbon with UCC back in 2009, and of course All-Star goalkeeper 2012 and 2013, and that's why he won All-Stars. As Padraig Mahoney gets a level of compensation with a free and a point. Austin Gleeson is in a little bit of pain here. There's the pull.
Yeah, it was a rash pull across from Damien Cahalane. It looked like it clipped Austin's knee and then maybe onto his hand, but again, Austin in full flow there is a threat for any defence. And again, you know, 26 minutes into the game, it's the first time we've really seen him get a big opportunity to stretch his legs, but he'll be delighted to have gotten that touch now, and hopefully it'll see him in the game from a Waterford point of view.
And a yellow card for Damien Cahalane. Padraig Mahoney from Ballygunner. Going to take this free. The round of applause in the background is for Austin Gleeson, who's recovered. Gone back into the middle of the field as Padraig Mahoney takes the free. And the umpire looks satisfied. He's going to raise the white flag. Anthony Nash's puck out. Down towards Seamus Harnedy. Picked up by Jamie Barron. Keeps it down the Hogan stand wing. Batted away on this occasion by Cahalane. Bill Cooper from York. Austin Gleeson putting in the hard work.
Yeah,
and to be fair, he's doing well.
He's doing okay, you know, but when he's getting isolated here on Kieran Kingston.
Patrick Horgan's free is gone to the left and wide, rather surprisingly. We expect so much of the Glen Rovers man.
They do, and if you're winning All-Ireland semi-finals, all the time they have to stick, that could be costly at the end of this.
Again, it's the short ball puck out strategy. Stephen O'Keefe to Noel Connors. Michael Brick Walsh chasing after this. Colin Spillane. Nice wrist work by Michael Walsh. Farah's Jamie Barron under pressure. And that is a superb score. He is a fine hurler, the 4 Mile Waterman.
He is a fantastic player there, you know, and again, Brick doing that donkey work with the assist. Great score because he didn't have much time. The Cork defence are closing in on fantastic point.
Mark Ellis just taking his eye off it, Brendan.
Well, that's what pressure does to you, Marty, now, you know. I mean, suddenly Anthony Nash can't hit the ball through his half-forward line. They're making runs, but they're being blocked, and the sweeper's back there. Has to go short, and then it starts to go wrong, and confidence starts to wane a bit.
And it's interesting to watch Torrig Mahoney. Just a few meters inside his own 65. He hits it, an almighty wallop, but it's gone to the right and wide. 7 wides for Waterford in this first half. 33 minutes gone. Just inside his own, or inside the Waterford 65. It's looking through and accurate from up here. It's straight over the bar. Good score, Patrick Horgan. The radar is up and running once again.
7 to 9 points. A 1-point advantage to Waterford, of course, in front of an attendance of just over 72,000. That's even bigger, of course, than last weekend's attendance here. Let's see what the panel think about all of that, and let's see what the Cork man thinks about it first. All tight, so tense. We always knew it was going to be. You happy enough so far, or what do you think?
Yeah, it's real semi-final stuff, Michael. You know, game started off. Cork looked probably good inside. Patrick Horgan had some really sharp moments, you know, and then went on to later on in the game get some excellent scores. On the other side, I think we spoke about it beforehand. Joe pointed out as to how critical that Waterford shooting from distance would be. I think they got a couple of points and things were looking really good. I think Fifes has done a really good interpretation of Tadhg de Burke in that sweeper role. And the Waterford use of the ball at times has been excellent, and you could argue has been that bit better than Cork's.
What do you think, Ger?
Well, I think Waterford will be very happy. You know, they have the puck outsussed. You know, this is the first time in 4 matches that we saw Nash, you know, eclipsed really with his puck out. 2 gone out over the sideline. He's forced to go long. They're not able to win the ball in the half-forward line, so that's very good for them. Their back's very solid. Fi's playing really well as the Burke's replacement, covering back very well. All the other backs totally on top. On the other side, Cork, I think they're very disciplined. You know, their back's very disciplined. They didn't concede a free to Pádraig Mahoney until the 23rd minute. Very, very unusual for Cork, because if you remember the last day, it was through frees that Waterford stayed in the game against Cork the last day. So it's it's on a knife edge. This game is it's very similar to last Sunday. You know, the game at the first half was kind of a poker game. You know, each sussing each other out. Now they know what to do. I think if Waterford can hang in until Morris arrives, because they need a target man. You know, there's nobody holding the ball. Brick is brilliant up there. Moran is brilliant. Their big men are performing. Some of Cork's big men, Lehane, Cadigan, Harnedy, they're not in the game. So you know, Waterford have a firm grip on this game, but Cork will come with all guns blazing in the second half.
There's no doubt about it. That he mentioned Brick. Brick got the goal in the first half.
Yeah, and Brick is absolutely brilliant, and that's the reason, you know. And Waterford do need the goals, and we'll see it here a couple of times. Shane Bennett looks like he's tangled up in the corner, has a quick look up. Mark Coleman shows a little bit of inexperience. He's watching the ball. He should be keeping an eye on Brick. Just before that, Mark Coleman looked over his shoulder. But Shane Bennett does brilliantly, because he's out here, he's 2 against 1. He's a quick look up here and he sees Brick, and just the pass is just unbelievable, and a brilliant finish.
Yeah, it was a great finish, and I think it was a perfect example of what Waterford have been trying to do over the last number of years. I never spoke hurling to Derek McGrath, but I'd imagine when he looked at that it was textbook from their point of view. When that ball was played in, Waterford actually had very few players up front, and they didn't have anybody in the right corner forward position. But I'd imagine that they would argue, if the ball has been played to the left-hand side, what's the actual point in having someone on that right-hand side? And I think there was fantastic composure. A player of less calibre would get that ball across and it would be intercepted. It was a terrific score.
No, it certainly was. All right, the second half of this hurling semi-final coming up shortly, and